truly beautiful mind that was going on, and we were discussing about Albert Einstein. I shared a lot of anecdotes with you that how he was in the school. He strongly believed that there is no reason in mugging up something. He was totally against the rote learning, and that is why he always had a clash with his history teachers. No, he always believed that instead of remembering when it happened, you should always try to focus why it happened. That is why Albert Einstein is an epitome of, you can say, epitome of success, greatness. And as we all know, that he was a peace lover, he believed in brotherhood and harmony. So that was the reason that we all love to read about him. And obviously, the theory of relativity. So these were the reasons. Now we have seen that how he spent his old days, his childhood days. He is in college now. Where? In Switzerland. Now, one interesting thing happened with him there, and that what was that? That he met his a lady with whom he will get married very soon. So now let's continue the chapter. As you all remember, that Einstein met Mileva, and he felt that she was a friend because she also liked art, literature, music. Both shared this common interest. And as I told you that those days it was felt that if you love art, literature, or any music, they are not considered good people in society. Okay, so for the very first time, Albert met someone out of the family who was also following, who also liked all these things. So definitely he felt attracted to her, and they both fell in love. Now they started writing letters, and still even in their letters they were talking about that how happily and proudly they will bring this work of relativity to the world. Anyway, after in 1900, at the age of 21, he was a university graduate but still unemployed. But thankfully, what happened in Einstein started working as a teaching assistant and giving after giving private lessons in 1902 he got a job in Bonn, a city in Germany. And what was he doing there? He got the job of technical officer in a patents office. But and what he has to do there, he was to keep an eye on the people. He has to check the inventions done by the other people and give them a patent. But Albert was Albert. So what did he do? He secretly was making his own inventions. And that is why, very jokingly, he used to call his desk drawer at workplace the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. Why, because he used to hide all his important, papers and, whatever he was doing in that drawer, so that the world will not know about it beforehand. And finally, what happened? What is wrong with you, Tathagat? I have enabled the waiting room. And then in 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity that was introduced to world. And what was that? He said, what is wrong with this boy? I think he's having some problem. And then he gave this, to the world. Two perfectly accurate clocks will not continue to show the same time if they come together again after a journey, if one of them has been moving very fast relative to the other. From this, he followed the world's famous formula. And what was that? E is equal to mc square. That means in this mathematical equation, E stands for energy, M for mass, and C for the speed of light. So that was the thing which he introduced to the world. While Einstein was solving the most difficult problems in physics, his private life was unraveling. That means something happened which was not good. started to fall. Albert had wanted to marry Mileva right after finishing his studies, but his mother was against it. She thought Mileva, who was 3 years older than her son, was too old for him. She was also bothered by Mileva's intelligence. She is a book like you, his mother said. Einstein put the wedding off. Now, in those days also, people were having problem. If they wanted to get married, specifically, just imagine a person like Einstein who has already proved himself, the entire world knows him. When he said that he wanted to get married to this girl, he too had to face these challenges. His mother was against this marriage. She was genuinely against this marriage. Why? Because she felt that she is too intelligent for her son. She felt that she will not be a, you can say, a homemaker. Now, and obviously she was also older than her son. So various reasons was there. And then these kind of problems, what happened? Always create some problem in the life of someone. He wanted to marry her after finishing his study, but mother was against it. And then the problem started. Why? Finally, anyway, Mileva was an intelligent girl. Complicated problems, though Albert was solving, but his whole life, his personal life has become problematic. And then you know what happened. She is all the mothers, she simply says she is a book like you. Mother thought that since she is so intelligent to be his wife, she told Einstein not to marry her. Now, as his mother was against this marriage, he cancelled his wedding with Maleva. Matt, actually, you cannot say cancel, he postponed. He postponed the marriage because he want to please. He cannot, obviously, mother is very important in everyone's life. So he did not want her to become angry. And so he decided that he will postpone the marriage unless and until he will be able to convince her. She was right in her own way. She thought that since both are having the same, intelligence, so definitely it will be difficult for them to plan a family, to start a family. Anyway, that was mother's experience, but he was in love, so nobody can. Anyway, he was able to finally convince his mother, and the pair finally married in January 1903 and had two sons. So finally, Albert was able to convince his mother, and thankfully, they got married in year 1903. But as his mother has always felt, mother, that's why we say na, that it is very important to listen to your experienced people, people like parents, maybe teachers, whoever is there in your life, who is playing a very important role, who knows you very well. Okay. And obviously, the person who has a lot of experiences. So, as his mother had predicted, and she had always felt what happened, But a few years later, the marriage faltered. Faltered means became weak. Yes, it started going apart. They both started having problem reasons. Malaiva, meanwhile, was losing her intellectual ambition and becoming an unhappy housewife. Now, this is the very important thing. If you will confine an intellectual or intelligent woman in a place, and you will simply ask her to do the household chores and to look the family, definitely it will make her, she will be cranky. Definitely, if she is intelligent, she would love to do the work she always had done or she always loved to do. So now she has become, an unhappy housewife, losing her job and becoming a housewife, taking care of children. Okay, that they are also important part of thing, but remaining confined like a housewife, that was difficult for her. And obviously, the couple, they started fighting. Since being a housewife was not a job she had always dreamt or desired, it was difficult for her to be like a normal housewife, losing her ambition. And the the fight started. So after years of constant fighting, the couple finally divorced in 1919. So after spending maybe a good number of years, they spent almost 15 years, you can say. So Melaiva, since he was unhappy from his marriage, she could not fulfill her career, her dreams, her ambition, and obviously she was very intelligent, that we all know. So finally, in the year of 1919, after prolonged fighting, you know, they keep on constant fighting, both of them get separated. Now, mother was also knowing about it, that two intellectual people, there will be definitely clash of ideas, which is very common. If two people are extremely intelligent, they will always have these kind of problems. Okay. She was knowing about it, and that is why she has predicted, and that happened. Anyway, Einstein married his cousin Elsa the same year. Albert Einstein married the second time. This time he married his cousin Elsa, which is actually very common in Christians. And Elsa, who had always been a support, if you will read about his life history, there you will know the role of Elsa in his life. Now, this was his personal life. Okay, let us find out what he did for the humanity. As I told you, that this man was not only intelligent, he was actually a peace lover. Now, Einstein's, new personal chapter coincided with his rise to world fame. Now, what happened this time? That means in 1915, he had published his general theory of relativity, which provided a new interpretation of gravity. An eclipse of the sun in 1919 brought proof that it was accurate. Einstein had correctly calculated in advance the extent to which the light from fixed stars would be deflected, change directions, through the sun's gravitational field. The newspapers proclaimed his work as a scientific revolution. Now, as I told you, that another thing was also happening in his life, personal life, going through some problems. We all know that how he is having, but then something happened in his life. And what was? Coincided. That means his new personal chapter coincided with his risal, occur at the same time. Coincidence, you can say. So from that word coincided. Okay, that it occurred in coincide. See, this is a new word. Coincidence. जिससे नहीं बोलते हम लोग coincidence. So coincide with his rise to world fame. So both of the things happened at the same time. What? He published his general theory of relativity. We all know about it now. And then there was something which the world wanted to know. At that time, there was an eclipse. We all know. And that eclipse brought proof that the calculation he actually did and gave to the world, that was accurate. You know how it was accurate? Because he had correctly calculated in advance the extent to which the light from fixed stars would be reflecting or changing direction through the sun's gravitational field. And this, this calculation was so accurate that it was announced that Albert Einstein's work was actually a great revolution for the science, or you can say in the world of science. People started recognizing him. Scientists started knowing him. The entire world, they all, obviously, if you will do something very accurate and you will prove. Science is what? Science is a pragmatic and practical thing. It's not like literature. Literature is something different. No, where 2 and 2 plus 2 can be 5 also. 5, I'm not talking about calculation. I'm talking about perception. I'm talking about your own point of view. You all have that, you know. See, I will just quote an example and you will be able to differentiate between science and literature. For example, if I show you one scenery, one picture, one photograph, and I ask you, come on, um, tell me, what do you think about it? Or please rate this picture on the scale of 1 to 10. Now, each and every child will have their own perception, own point of view. Some of you will think, yo, this picture is very beautiful. Some of you will think, no, no, something is missing. Okay? And I cannot even blame you for that, because we all are having on a perception. See, some movie become hit, no, and some flop, but still that flop movie, which still is loved by some maybe group of people, they say ki, no, that was the beauty in that movie, because that artistic creativity is having different type of concept. Everyone is having different concept for that thing. Everyone is having their different point of view, so we cannot come to the conclusion that, oh, this movie is good, and since the entire world says it's good, that's good. Maybe you will not like that movie, you will not like that thought, so it's up to you. Similarly, but when we talk about science, we all know there are only 365 days in a year. We all know that sun rises in east and sets in west. So there you will not have any kind of confusion, because they are real thing, practical thing, accurate thing. Science has proved it. So when this proved, then whatever he gave to the world, that Albert Einstein, the theory of relativity, the accuracy, before that eclipse, it was on paper. But after that eclipse in 1919, it was actually a proof which was before the world. And then they started knowing him. Yes, he was so true, he was so correct in his calculation. Einstein, and for that, you know what happened? Einstein received the Nobel Prize for Physics. You all know the Nobel Prize, how important it is. It was the great honor. Okay, so he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. Great honor. And after that, he was showered, okay, with honors and invitations from all over the world, and loaded by the press, means praised by the press. He was honored, was invited to various places. The entire world wanted to meet him, wanted to talk to him. The entire scientist fraternity, all, mathematicians, all great people, and obviously the press praised him. Okay, so lauded means praised him, praise, tarif. Okay, appreciated him. Now see, now this was going on in his life. He was getting lot of honors, lot of respect from where everyone started knowing him. This German scientist made actually a powerful impact on the entire humanity. America, India, England, European countries, other Middle East countries, they started knowing about this man, his calculation. So, but what happened at that time? When the Nazis came to power in Germany in 1933, Einstein emigrated to United States. Emigration, leaving your country in order to settle permanently somewhere. Now, why it happened? We all know what happened in Second World War. I think you all are reading nowadays in history classes. Germany was under the power of Nazis. The famous Nazi ruler, you all know Adolf Hitler. He was totally against his views. He was totally against the problem he was creating for Jews, for Polish, for other people. He was only thinking that Germans, pure Aryan race, and you know how brutally people were killed. Okay. At that time, Einstein decided to leave Germany. You know why? And this doesn't mean that he was not a patriot. He loved his country. But since I told you that he witnessed peace, harmony, brotherhood, that is why he decided to move to a country where at least he will have a mental peace. because he felt that these are the useless things any human being are doing, wasting their time, their energy in war. So Einstein left Germany and shifted to United States of America forever. And you know, my dear children, nowadays also America is a very, very intelligent country. You know why? Most of the people, brain drain, you know about this term, brain drain? Have you ever heard about it? Say, have you ever heard about brain drain? Yes, someone is saying brain drain. You don't know? Okay. Hmm. Anyway, so I will explain you brain drain. What does it mean? You know that the intelligent people, brain, those who are having brain, they are moving from one country, from their own motherland to somewhere else in order to get, lot of reasons are there, lot of reasons, for the sake of money, for the sake of job security, for the sake of identity, for the sake of different kind of, some, maybe India is sometimes not able to provide you a laboratory if you are very intelligent, even though, so for the sake of breathing space, for the sake of work culture. So when a country is losing its own powerful people for the sake of these silly reasons, and they are moving to some other country, that process, that is known as brain drain. And pathetically, it's so unfortunate that India, every year, we are losing great scientists, great people, most of the IITians, most of the IIMs, most of the good doctors, and other intelligent people. If they are not getting due respect and due advantage and due facility in our country, in India, what they are doing, they are moving to some other country. And specifically, I'm talking about America. America is greeting them because America, I told you, they are very, very wise. They know the value of intelligent people. So they are calling them, settling them down in their country, providing them all the facilities, laboratories, and whatever requirement they are having. Everything they are finding, and and then once the person is giving something to the world, is he if he is finding out something, some new invention, then they are taking advantage of that thing, and then they are introducing that thing to the world in the name of, obviously, since they have given them the privilege, so they take all the advantage of that. So America is a country who always used to welcome intelligent people. At that time, since the entire Europe was disturbed, people were brutally killed. Why? I don't know why people like Adolf Hitler comes to this earth. So he wanted peace. He wanted a place where he can go and sit and do his scientific research. So he decided to move to America. 5 years later, the discovery of nuclear fission in Berlin had American physicists in an uproar. In an uproar means very upset. Many of them had fled from fascism, just as Einstein had, and now they were afraid that Nazis could build and use an atomic bomb. Now, come, if you all know a little bit about this entire historical thing, then you will need, after 5 years, the Germans discovered the process of nuclear fission, the process through which nuclear bombs or atomic bombs are made. Okay, so German, they discovered about it. They forced scientists, if you will go through in Nazis history, there you will find out that how this German, specifically Adolf Hitler, he was forcing scientists to find out, to give this nuclear bombs for the war. This process was, it started where? In Berlin. And due to this, all the physicists in America were upset. Why? Because they were scared. that it is actually a misuse of technology. You know, it was actually, there was American physicist in an uproar. That means all the physicists in America, because they always strongly feel that they did not need any nuclear bombs or atomic bombs or any nuclear fission for the world. They were knowing that how it will create lot of trouble to the humanity, to human beings. So they were disturbed. They felt strongly that it is actually a great misuse of the technology. And that is why there were many scientists who escaped to America because of fascism. Fascism, you know, it was a dictatorial concept that was started in Europe from Italy by the rule of Mussolini. If you will go and you will read the world history, then you will know that Mussolini, Hitler, these are the people who how they created problem for the human being. So many of the scientists, they all moved to America. So that's why America is so rich in all the senses. They welcomed these people. They used their brain. All the scientists were afraid that the Nazis would misuse the atomic bomb. And we all know how they misused it. You remember how they misused it? Anyone can tell me? Can you tell me how they misused the atomic bomb? Hmm? Yes, Prakhar. Specifically Japan name. Can you tell me the name? Nuclear attack. Yes. Tell me the name of the places. Let me check your general knowledge. Yes, Divya Rani. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So we all know. Very good. So you know about it. Interesting. Kanishk, Ayush, very good. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know, Japanese, even till date, yes, Soumya, you are right. Till date, they did not want to talk about this nuclear war. They did not. And you know, Japan is so strong and intelligent country nowadays. So these were the reasons that the scientists, peace lovers, they were against this kind of misuse of technology. At the urging request of a colleague, Einstein wrote a letter to the American President Franklin D. Roosevelt on 2nd August 1939, in which he warned a single bomb of this type exploded in a port might very well destroy the whole port together with some of the surrounding territory. His words did not fail to have an effect. The Americans developed the atomic bomb in a secret project of their own and dropped it on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Even though many of the scientists, including our Albert Einstein, they all moved to America. But what happened, you know? Albert Einstein requested, obviously, Albert Einstein was requested by a colleague, and so he wrote a letter to the President of America at that time, Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was the president, so he wrote a letter on 22nd of August 1939. He warned him that the atomic bomb, which was developed by Germany, was very powerful. If one of these bombs will explode on any port, it would not only destroy the area, but also it would destroy the surrounding places, the territory. You know, this word, this shows that yes, Einstein was an peace lover. He has this humanitarian quality. He wanted good for the people. He wanted peace in the world. And that is why he wrote his concern to the President of America and warned him. He said, don't do this. But his words did not fail to have an effect. Albert Einstein later had an impact on Franklin D. Roosevelt. The American developed the atomic bomb secretly and dropped it on two cities of Japan, that is, we all know, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The German had just developed the atomic bomb. They did not use it on any country, but America did. Why? Again, I told you, America always wanted to show to the entire world that they are the supreme power. They have the supreme power. So they thought that if Germany will drop the bomb before them, then people will consider Germany the most strong country. So in order to, show the world that we are the strongest country, they beforehand, before Germany could have done that, they dropped the bomb. Einstein was deeply shaken by the extent of destruction. Extent of the destruction. Lot of destruction took place, and Einstein didn't like it. Einstein has come to America in order to feel, in order to move against this. He really did not like it. So this time he wrote a public missive. Missive, letter, long and official letter. Yes. By the extent of destruction. He wrote an official letter to United Nations Organization. You know how United Nations Organization work? You know about it or not? Okay, fine. Try to find about it.